Well, hello, everyone. We are here at the Heritage Museum of Big Springs, and I have called in here to get a tour, and the curators have agreed to give me a tour of this place for y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy. I'm first going to walk around this building a bit, and then we will go inside. Let's see what we can do here. Sure, I should have walked around this building before to see what I could go, where I could go. Okay, and there will be the entrance. And they're having their 50th anniversary. Okay, doesn't look like there's a lot to see outside here. Maybe we'll walk around the other side when we're done. Yeah, let's go inside and see if we can find the curator. Howdy, howdy. My name's Dan Fitzgerald. I called down here about doing a tour.
When are you supposed to be down here at 1 o'clock?
They didn't say. I told them I would be on my way from the motel at 11:30, but that's okay.
Is somebody going to help tour you?
I think she said they would try to get somebody to go around with me. Yeah.
I talked to Michelle. Yeah, tell them that he's here.
All right. I understand.
It's okay. We fly to the seat of our pants and it works for us.
Hey, it works.
So I hope y'all are enjoying your travels across America.
We absolutely are. It's great to see all the patriots come out and see us, and
Awesome.
the movement is growing. We've got other convoys starting up all over the country to rally their state capitals,
I
and
was listening to it this morning.
it's
not about who they talked to that did the interview for our local radio station, but they were
right,
telling about it's for freedom of choice is what it is. Freedom of choice.
right. It's our freedom.
The other, and that's all we want. That's
right.
all we want is freedom of choice.
We want to be free.
Well,
It's they're trying to take all of our freedoms away. They're trying to basically take our children away from us, and we're not going to allow that.
Very sad.
And
very sad world. And I'll tell you, I lost both my parents. I lost my mom
I'm sorry.
9 years ago and my dad 5 years ago. And I have told more than one person this, and I've told my brothers this too, that, I miss my parents, but I'm happy that they are not living in this world we have today. And that's a horrible thing to say.
It is.
But that's the way I feel, because I just can't even imagine my parents living with what's going on in this world.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for people who are trying to, keep their parents safe. For one thing,
right.
It's a very scary world, though. It really is.
It really is. You are correct. And I'm out here to do this for my family, for my God, and for my country. I mean, and for all of us. I mean, the whole world is depending on the United States right now to stand up. And if we don't win this, if we don't prevail, the whole world loses. It's all gonna fall apart.
Just like, and I'm guilty of putting everybody together in one lump sum, just like the Russians. Well, they're not all the Russians.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's
exactly
what they about like America. We're not all the same, and people need to realize that.
They do. And the big part is that we've got I don't want to call groups out, but we've got those that lean to the left and those that lean to the right. The ones that lean to the left seem to all band together and stick together in this fight, where on our side, we want to be individuals. We want our freedom. We want to be left alone, do our thing. So it's harder for us to come together to make this fight. And that's why this convoy's out here, is to make this fight, to bring us all together so that we can stand up as one and win this.
Right.
So
Can't find anyone. There ain't nobody Kathy or Michelle.
well, I can show around the area here. A lot of books they have here.
Didn't ever do it. Kathy's car is
And she may have said 1 o'clock, but I absolutely did not catch that.
How many things going on? What are you doing? Like, where are y'all at? Y'all went to eat lunch? Well, were y'all supposed to give this guy a tour of the museum? Okay. Okay, okay, I just didn't know. Okay.
Guess these are all things you can buy.
If somebody said they were going to tour, I don't know that. I'm just sitting down here trying to pay bills. Okay, I'll let you go. And I'll give them a tour. All right. If I get to eat it, I know. I'll figure it out somehow. All right, thanks.
Y'all are okay. It's okay.
Okay, apparently nobody is going to tour you. I'm so sorry. Well, I can tell him. Let me just go. So here's a little tour guide.
Okay.
Okay, and let me just kind of tell you what I tell everybody, and then you can just go on your way and tour.
Okay.
So that room over there is our temporary exhibit area,
Okay.
because the main part of the museum is on the second floor and it kind of stays the same. That's
Okay.
changing all the time.
Okay.
So we have something fresh down there. We're actually in between exhibits. That's why it's roped off. But I
Okay.
can tell you about these totem poles.
Okay.
They were carved in the 50s and 60s by our postmaster,
Okay.
who was not a Native American. He was just a wood carver. He liked to carve wood, and those were all telephone poles that are over 100 years old.
Wow.
Taken down around town. And he carved these totem poles, and there were probably over 30 around in people's yards all over town back in the day.
Wow.
The one on either end was actually, we have a picture of it, the original telephone pole, just a block over on Main Street. And when the city took it down, they gave it to him. He carved this beautiful totem pole and gave it back to the city, and they placed it in our city park where it stood for over 70 years. And about 10 years ago, it was chopped down by vandals.
Oh.
So the city brought it back to us, and this is as much as we could save of it. There was a large piece that was just too damaged by the woodpeckers, the weather, and so we
Right.
gave it to a local man, and he made us writing pins out of that 100-year-old wood that we sold at Christmas
Oh,
time.
wow.
And so people got a little piece of that history.
Right.
So
Right.
after you look down here, behind this freestanding wall is the elevator stairs that will take you to the second floor.
Okay.
That's the main part of the museum. We've got some videos going on up there.
Okay.
We also have a little movie theater room that's showing some
Okay.
old home movies, and it's showing movies from parades downtown and just different things like that.
Okay.
There's two must-sees that I tell everybody about. One is our collection of Longhorn steer horns. We have a massive collection up there, 52 sets in all.
Wow.
It's been featured in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest set. It's 10.5 feet long, and it's marked.
Wow.
In that same area is a video going on, and a video exhibit, and it is on Patricia McCormick, who was a famous woman bullfighter in the 1950s from Big Spring. It's a must-see video. In fact, there's a group here today that they're going to do a movie about her.
Okay.
So they're going to be here in the museum today also. So go and enjoy yourself, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
Okay, and I'm sure my audience will. I'm sure they love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Look at these totem poles, guys. Beautifully carved. Beautifully carved. Y'all have to. You can pause this to read all this. I will stop it for a few seconds in each place so that you can see it. These things are tall. They are way up there. But that is some beautiful artwork. Absolutely beautiful. And these are, like she said, out of telephone poles.
Uh-huh. These two Indians, they was in the park. It was one, and somebody chopped them down. And that's what we could see from childhood.
So these were much, much taller at one time.
This one and this one was together.
Okay. Okay. So
They got chopped down in the park.
wow. It's amazing what people do to stuff.
Yeah.
But
They put another one up and it's got chopped down too since.
another big set of Longhorns. I got a set at home that I actually got from the Marlboro Ranch, but they are nothing like that. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful place, and I was really glad they were going to let me come in here and do this. These guys, all we see is Convoy all day long, and I thought it would be a beautiful break for them to come see the local. Since we're going to be here 2 days, see what they're doing local around here in the history. So this is where they normally have other exhibits, and okay. But right now you're in the middle of changing. Of course, I catch it right in the middle of it. That's okay.
This piano was in the Settles Hotel, where it was.
The Settles Hotel.
It was there. Now the chandelier was in the Settles Hotel. This was this other lady's in Big Spring. This is Belle.
Okay. But that is wow. The carving on this, the legs of this thing is just awesome. Okay, so the rest of it is upstairs then.
Elevator.
Oh, I like to walk. We're sitting in the car all day. Besides that, you got pictures of her. That's the actual city from what do you know what year that was taken?
I don't know.
Of course, it's probably not going to say on there, huh? It's okay. You can tell it's quite old.
Run ask Cheryl. She knows.
Oh, aerial map there. And this is wow. This is really, really an old picture. Can't hardly get it all in one. Well, I can. There we go. Beautiful. All right.
She's not buzzed.
She's not sure either. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't expecting on such short notice to get a tour right off. They just said they was going to do their best to try to help me out and get me around here. So you guys, this has been here 50 years, huh?
This is our 50th year.
Congratulations on that. Oh, wow. We got Hoyle Nicks, Quail Dobbs, Skip Driver. Now that's Cowboy Hall of Fame. These are all Cowboy Halls of Fame people here.
All these are Cowboy Hall.
Trying to get them where y'all can see, get the glare off the brass there so you guys can see who these are as I go by them. But yeah, we don't have a meeting until like 7 o'clock tonight. And I couldn't see standing around an airfield talking with 12 other streamers doing the same thing. Everybody gets bored with that. So I thought I'd bring my supporters out here and show them this place. There are a lot of cowboys and cowgirls around here.
Yep.
This would be good for you guys too, because it'll go out all over YouTube. Show people to come on over here.
Mm-hmm.
See it for themselves, because the camera don't always show you everything.
That's right.
That's all just one wall, guys. This other wall over here's got a few.
Yeah, these
Looks
are
like we got-
all 21, 2021. There's a 19, 19.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not big into names, so I don't know most of these people. But I'm sure the folks around here do. All right, I'll follow you.
Look all around. Let me grab.
Sure, sure. Look at all these old phonographs. Flowered horn. It's amazing how we started out in history. Back then was such a simpler time than it is today. That one there, let me see if I can get a better without the glass view on it. It's Edison home phonograph. Get this up here in the screen. Try to hold it still. Y'all can stop the screen and see that if you need to. Love and memory, Bruce Johnson Hardy. That one's the Edison Standard Model C with blue Babson Morning Glory horn. This model cost $25 and was first introduced in 1908. Much simpler times back then. I can't say I remember any of it. I'm not that old, but I do remember growing up to seeing all this stuff on the TV.
We're having problems with our alarm.
Okay, you go. I got you, brother. Okay, thank you. Old Ethel Pump. I do remember still seeing those across the highways when I was first started traveling the roads. And at any time, y'all can pause the video, well, after it's done live streaming, and take a look at all this stuff for as long as you want. I'm just trying to get you a good view of everything that's here. The dope drill rig, rig 2. This is how they had it set up at one time. Somebody made this model by hand, you can tell. And it's very old itself. I don't know anything about old rigs, so don't ask me no questions about this. I have no idea how they work or what they do. I was actually asked when I come out of school to go down to Florida and be trained as a welder for underwater welding on a rig. And after I researched it a little bit, I declined on that job. Their average lifespan is 6 to 18 months. And I wasn't ready to die yet. I was too young. I actually went to welding school back for one of my trade classes, and came out on top of the class, and they wanted me to I was approached and asked if I would come down to Florida and go out and learn how to underwater weld. Just wasn't what I was looking for. So, but that is I don't even know what year that is. I can't go up in there. Love to get you a better view of it. If he was here, I'd ask him if I could. They're having a little problem with their alarm system, so they are working on that right now. So he had to break off from helping me with the tour. One thing bad about the museums, they put everything behind glass. When you're trying to video it, it gets a glare. So I'm trying to get the best view I can for y'all. I don't know what most of the stuff is. I mean, I know what those are, but how they're made and all that, I don't know. Oh, question and answer board. Well, we're not going to sit here and do all this, but sometimes I see black smoke coming from the refinery. What is this smoke? Yeah, there are two reasons to see black smoke. At the refinery, there are quarterly drills with an emergency response team on the fire grounds where the team practices putting out fires. The second is in an upset of one of the units where the unit sends gas and the flares for burning. These upsets typically are only a few minutes long, and the flare is designed to handle the release in a safe manner. Okay. Collection of Heritage Museum. H.W. Kaler, 1867 to 1932. He was drawing these images or painting these. This picture here. Actually, all these right here are from the same gentleman. I'd pay $50,000 or $500,000 for one of these before I'd buy one of Hunter Biden's pictures. That's for sure. Looks like this pretty much this whole side over here is the same gentleman. Some beautiful artwork. He did really good. I can't even draw a stick man right. But yeah, I thought this would be a nice breakaway from the People's Convoy today. Come and see some history. That is awesome. I'd love to have that picture right there in my house. That is awesome. On the trail again. He calls it the Freighters. This one he doesn't have a name on. I don't even know if this one is one of his. Doesn't have his signature on it either, so it may not be. This one here is called Uncle Billy. I got this one sort of blocked off back here a little bit with this one. See, that one looks like an adult. It's a child. And little Willie Brenad Jr. This one here is called the Pecos River. And this is Olympia Valley. Excellent artwork. Excellent artwork. I'm sorry I didn't have my comments on. You know what, Jimmy? See you later, bro. Yeah. We don't need any smart remarks like that. Sorry, guys. I had to stop there for a second, get rid of somebody. I ain't dealing with somebody that's going to be a prick like that on my channel. Just not going to do it. That's awesome, Green Zone. That is awesome. Your grandfather's in the Rodeo Hall of Fame in Fort Worth. I'd like to go there someday, too. I'd love to see that, too. This one here is called Devil's River. And this one is The Outlaw, so evidently they're talking about me. That was in a previous life right there. This one is called The Dry Water Hole. And this one here is Middle Concho. And this one does not have a name on the picture. It's like you're looking at this camera like you can just go in depth right back into the mountains back there. That's so cool. He's a good artist. Excellent artist. This one here is called Texas Sheriff. Look at the artwork. I mean, wow, I wish I could paint like that. That is so good. This one here is called Quicksand. And of course, this one down here does not have a name on it. And this one here is Blue Northern. Sorry about the camera shadow in there, but it's can't help it with the lighting in here. Trying to keep it out of there as much as possible. That one's called The Winter Kill. All right, well, one more up there. Lone Wolf. This guy was awesome. This one here, oh, it's another one from H.W. Kaler. Here it's called The Last Buffalo. Trying to get the glare and the stuff off there. It's hard to do. Okay. Pictures of downtown. It's up here. The old Montgomery Ward. I remember those. Queen East B. Kimberlin Shoe Store. What we got in here? Does it say what it is out here? It doesn't. Okay. Looks like it's old hats from the era. This one here is a woman's blue wool felt hat, Glen Over style tambray with matching veil. Has a pipe cleaner bow at the left front on the top of the veil and a pipe cleaner band in the front rim under the veil. Okay, they're not giving dates or anything on these or when these styles came out, but I know they way older than me. That's my style right there. The old brim hat, lean over the eyes, gangster. That's the kind of hats well, that's a female, but that style right there is the kind I like where the brim comes over the eyes. Just makes it look cool. These are all female hats here, but that one's actually a men's hat. More like that one. That one needs to have the brim tucked down a little bit more for my liking, but I would do that. I would steam it and do that. Hand creased cowboy hat, gray felt. That wouldn't fit me. It's only size 5. I take a size 7. I got a big head. Big head. What else we got around here? Old clothes. Huh. Try to get the glare out of here. You love hats, but you can't wear them. You look goofy. Ah, there's a hat for everyone. I can tell you that. Everyone's got their style. When I was growing up, I hardly ever went without a hat on. And then for years, I let my hair grow out really long and I didn't wear a hat. And now I'm back to where I'm getting bald and now I'm wearing a hat again. Old clothes. Let's see. This one is I don't know if y'all can read that. Infant bonnet worn by Agnes Curie. Temp Jr. and Agnes Curie. Wow, so much glare from the. Can't get it out of there either. Trying to get you a good view of the little one wearing it. Back then, it's just the lighting, guys. Best I can do on that. Uh-oh, baby dolls. Now y'all gonna go crazy. Oh, a lot of you like to collect them baby dolls and put them out. My wife does too. Yeah, you're right, Kathy. All that classic stuff is gone when the department store showed up. You don't get to see none of that stuff anymore. I don't know if you guys can see it, but look at some of the detail in the faces on these things. All that. Denise, I watched a couple of your videos last night. I could give you a couple pointers on shooting. You'd bring your groups just a little bit closer together. But that was a pretty good grouping I seen on those shots you did last night. I was watching. Not bad. Not bad at all. These are, I guess they're all, yeah, these are, well, at least on this end. Okay. Yeah, on this end down here. These are all Shirley Temple dowels down on this end. These down here that we were just looking at are all Sonia Haney dowels. If I can get that up there, the glare will get off the screen enough where I can read it. Oh, so sorry, guys. I'm trying so hard to make this stuff where you can read it and see it yourself, come back and see it later. But the reflection off this glass is just not working for me. That's a nice gun. Kimber 45 is a nice gun. I like that. Basically, Denise, it was just the way you were standing was off a little bit. You need more of a back stance. Put that right leg back just a little bit more. Fry is in the chat. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's go around here to another room, see what we got. Trains. Now we're talking. I love trains. I had model trains growing up, and I have always wanted to be an engineer, but never got the opportunity. I wanted to also go to Australia and drive what they call a road train. Always wanted to do that too. Denise, My new daily carry is my wife bought it for me this year for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. Is a Smith & Wesson 7-round 357, one of 6 ever made. And it a little bitty short stub nose 4-inch barrel, and at 60 feet, I can put in a pattern of about 2 inches with it. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I love that gun.
Black gold, oil, the war machine. 1928 was the boom year on the railroad. Oil traffic was over 3 million tons and put the railroad on sure footing for the first time in its history. Fort Worth got an impressive building to house railroad offices. Freight trains carried everything from logs to grain. The T&P trains got air conditioning in 1933 when the Marshall shops installed air conditioning in 3 lounge cars and 4 dining cars. By 1936, all of its passenger cars were air conditioned.
I can't get back in there. These guys are really limited on room here. And they have a TV playing with the stuff up here we'll watch here in a second.
It was the greatest movement of men and supplies.
It's hard to see those pictures back there with the camera. You guys might be seeing it better than I am. I don't know. I really can't tell. But I've got a lot of glare on this end, and I'm trying to get you decent pictures of this stuff. Texas and Pacific Railway, 56 pounds Moss Bay steel, 1886. That's what it says on the side of that rail.
Turn plastic cash man was red and it's well known to be rated class 1, well maintained, hard-working boat. Because of the availability of water, Big Spring became the most important stop between Fort Worth and El Paso. The railroad had a T&P hotel and a T&P residence building for employees. The depot, built around 1910, was a showcase. Jay Gould's granddaughter, Helen Miller.
Actually, I have not, Ann, and there are so many places that I need to go to.
Big Spring for 30 years. The ice manufacturing facility on the north side of the tracks loaded huge blocks of white ice by a chain distribution system to ice down cars loaded with meat, fresh fruits, and vegetables. West of the passenger station was the freight depot, located at the north end of Main Street. The second floor housed the yard master, yard office, telegraph office, PBX operator, train crew bullpen, and the T&P Credit Union. Joseph Potton came to Big Spring in 1891 as a master mechanic. He and his wife Mary lived in a 2-story building on Scurry Street, which is now Allen's Furniture. In 1901, he built a red sandstone house on Gregg Street. Big Spring had lots of railroad activity. In the 40s, the city had a 23-stall roundhouse and a freight car facility.
That would have been awesome to see.
I think there were 800 employees on the payroll here, counting the shops, maintenance away, training them. See, they changed the term up to Sweetwater. And these boys here had to move to Sweetwater or drive there to Sweetwater and take a train from Sweetwater to Pecos and then turn around and come back to Sweetwater.
Skilled machinists in Big Spring made parts or repaired broken ones.
Love those old lanterns like that. I've got a couple of those at home. Not quite like these, but the old lanterns like those there. I've got a couple of the old caboose lanterns that they used to use. I was lucky enough to find before they got destroyed. I remember seeing those in the movies, but I never seen one up close right there. That is, I don't know if you guys can, okay, where's the, get the light out of that. St. Louis. Handling St. Louis.
In 1919,
Old Porter's suit.
Big Spring residents boarded excursion trains and went to significant events all over the country. Everything from high school football games, the Kentucky Derby. In the 20s,
Oh, I love how they got them lit up so I can see it, but it's really hard for y'all to see.
Car, shower, valet service, fountain, lounge, air conditioning,
And look at here. Keep talking about Missouri and St. Louis, Missouri Pacific Lines.
the TMP Eagle in 1948 provided a new level of
That's an old steam engine bell. Yeah, instead of going to electric, we ought to go back to these horse and buggies, guys. Look at the seating on that stuff. That's bird car seating we got today. I bet it's a whole lot softer, too. Light. I ain't sure, but I think they called this the town wagon. Just, you went to town, you had a little area in the back here, you could take your groceries or your trade and stuff. And, just go to town. Oh, got one behind me I didn't even see. Bunch of horseshoes. A little bit of everything back there. Looks like just an extras area where they had some extra stuff to put in there. Weren't quite sure where they were going to put them. Let's see if we can throw the camera in there. Give you a better view of anything. Pretty dark in this room. Yeah, you're right, Kathy. They were much better back then. Much better. Oh, okay. This was the blacksmith. That's what they call this, the blacksmith area. So it's just a lot of the steel stuff that was made back then. Well, that worked out nice. Got up closer and it got brighter. Like I said, I wish I could get the camera shadow out of this, but the lighting in here is all over the place. Veterans Administration Building. Big Spring State Hospital. Bivens, Barkus, Malone, and Hogan. I have no idea what that was. I just got a saying here. You can see it. Get that antenna out of there. Sorry, guys. Denise, we are at the Heritage Museum in Big Springs, Texas. I figured since we're here in Big Springs with the Convoy and we got all those other streamers over there, I'm looking to see if there's anything out here that instead of doing the same thing they're doing all day long, we'd come look at them in a museum. And when I get done here, I may start another stream if I can find something more to go show y'all. Yes. Oh, I don't know who's talking to you, but another Missouri girl. I'm from Missouri, and I got 2 or 3 others on here from Missouri that are following me around too. The great state of Missouri. Love it. Love it. I love most all the states. There's only a couple of them that I could rather, well, I'd say 4 or 5, about 6 states that I could do away with and not miss one bit. The rest of them, I love every one of them. Anyone there in Florida besides Miss Kathy? Actually, when we had all those folks on yesterday walking around, we should have done a shout out, Miss Kathy, and found out where everybody was from. I know we had the one there from London, England. That was awesome. That way you're not going to feel it out. You can tell that part what the back side of the part. You're all alone, Miss Kathy. No, you're never alone. God's with you, and we're always with you in spirit, one way or another. We're right there with you, Miss Kathy. I remember getting aspirins in those containers right there from my grandma when I was a child. When I'd get a small fever or something like that, she'd give me them bare tablets right there, aspirins. I remember those. Juniper tar compound. I remember those being in my grandmother's cabinet. Students Pocket Medical. Oh, now there's a book we could all use, and it's from the old times. That's an actual homeopathic family guide. Excuse me. That is not the new ones. That is an original right there. That's got the original recipes to heal you. That is one book I'd love to get my hands on. Just sit back and read it and copy it or whatever. I do remember those stainless steel syringes, Cascadi. I do. When I went in the Army, that's the kind of syringes they give us shots with. Old doctors carry all pouch when they went out to do house calls. Oh, man, Kathy, if we could go back in time and start over again, I would do everything in my power to make sure we went on a different path than we are on now. That is for sure. As soon as Ford decided he was going to build an engine and make a car, I'd shoot him so it never happened. I don't know what that is. It says Castle Speed Clave 777 Sterilizer. At least it's got a good number, 777, right? Okay, let's move off here. This is a pretty good sized place. Oh, we're coming into the horns here, guys.
Patricia was just very much loved in this community. I know that in all of Mexico where she went, she was really liked. The manager of the bridge and the Rio was Mr. Monsingley. He used to tell us that on a daily weekend back then.
Oh, I bet they did. I'm sure that's how that works.
Back and forth to Del Rio.
Heat always kills the germs. Always has. Get it hot enough, they'll die. The Calvary Saddle. This type of saddle was produced by the Rock Island Army until 1915. For the 10th Cavalry, it became famous as the saddle used by the U.S. Cavalry in the Indian Wars. Well, nice about the saddle, but I wouldn't say I'm proud about the Indian Wars. Itty bitty horns. I know it looks big in the screen, but that's really itty bitty. Now you can see the difference. They're much bigger. But wow, look at the size of some of these horns. I can't imagine a cow having to carry stuff this big, but they're really not that heavy. They're hollow inside, so they're not that heavy. But still, I mean, how do you get through anything? How do you walk through the woods? How do you do anything? That's Calvary trunk. R.J. Andrew saddle. The R.J. Andrew company made this work saddle with rawhide across seams on the cantle. Now, this is my wife's territory. She was brought up around horses. Her dad still deals in working with Belgians. And man, he had a horse out there. First time I ever went out there, had a horse out there that its head was as big as from my waist all the way to the top of my head, just his head. He was huge. And I would like to have something this big hanging on my front door, but the ones I got aren't near that big. Well, yeah, that one there, mine are probably 3 times as big as that, but nowhere near as big as these. There, I'm talking. Oh, come on, let's get some light out of there so we can see. Sexton revolvers were used during the Civil War as a dueling pistol. That's this one right here. Let me see if I can get this down in here a little closer where we can see these up close. I have to lean over the rail to get in here and try to get the glare out for y'all. And my phone carrier wants to hit stuff, so it's hard to get in there and not have everything sideways or crooked. Like that. I'll get over here. Next hole. I don't think I'd want to shoot any of those today, except for maybe this one. It looks like it may still be able to shoot. And the rest of them would really have to be rebuilt. But this Colt double action Thunder 45 revolver looks like it may still shoot. Bring back duels. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Liberty Line. Make them legal would get rid of a lot of people. Only problem is that good Lord wouldn't like that too much, I don't think. But let's see if I can get back in here in between these racks and show you all some of these rifles. Remington trapdoor carbine with homemade stock. Imported Turkish camel gun. That's that one there. I'm sorry, you're getting bounced around. They got 2x4 rails here, and they're only like 8 inches apart to give me any room to slide and show you stuff. That one there's the old single barrel 20 gauge shotgun. This one's a double barrel 12 gauge. And these are the ones you can pull both triggers at once. Ain't like the guns they build nowadays. And that one's an 1880 Sarton 12 gauge double barrel. Back here towards the back. Some of those guns I've never heard of, the makers of. But actually this bottom set of horns right there is the world record Texas Longhorn steer horns. They're 10 feet 6 inches long. So if that gives you a size of everything else that's in here. Those are 10 feet 6 inches long right there. That is some awesome craftsmanship right there on that. The horses and the Longhorns in there. Rider. Can't tell, but it almost looks like it's made out of steel. Texas and Pacific Hotel Actual Ledger from April 6th, 7th, and 8th, 1895. Yeah, I actually liked the newspapers back then too. Their ads and stuff were much cooler than they are today. I don't even look at the newspaper hardly anymore unless I absolutely got to find something that's local that I want to know something local. I'll get a newspaper. By the people from Beta Boys live stream. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Old pocket watches, old jewelry. Big old picture. That picture's got to be 15 feet long. Of course, it's in sections, but still 15 feet long. Hotel Shelton. We'll go down slowly through here, see if y'all can catch the reading on it. Like I said, you can always pause this after the live feed's over and it's uploaded correctly. You can go in there and do a pause frame and see what some of this says. I just don't want to sit here and read it all to you. We'd be here all day. Now that's an oak dresser. I guess that's the only one that's got any pictures in it. Yes, I'm Snoop. I snoop. I get into things I probably shouldn't. I don't care. Oh, now check that chair out. All made out of horns. Now that's bad. That is awesome. Now I would sit that on my front porch and sit out there all day long in that. That is awesome. Whoever thought of doing that was pretty darn cool. It's all done with leather. The seats, yeah, that seat's all leather. And I guess his name was Toots Mansfield. That is cool. Thank you, Denise. That is absolutely appreciated. Absolutely appreciated. Moo. Absolutely appreciated. I love that. Hey, last night we broke and have stayed above 1,500 subscribers and over 2,400 hours. We're getting there, folks. We are getting there. It's all to you. It's all thanks to y'all that all this is coming together. Honestly, figured there'd be more people on this stream because everybody's over there doing the same thing all day long. So I figured doing something like this, go around and show the local history, would be much better for y'all than sitting around watching the convoy all day. We've been doing that for 40 days as of today. We've been doing the streaming of the convoy. I have not talked to Fry TV yet. I have not had time to contact him. I am going to try that after this stream is over, actually. Because then I will actually have time to sit down and do an email over to him and give him my info so he can call me. The Bradshaw Home Movies. Oh, I don't know if we're going to sit in here and watch home movies, but we'll walk in there for a minute and see what they got going. Miss Little Seller's esteemed friend. Oh, that's an actual note to somebody. PS, all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna read that whole thing. Like I said, I'll put these up there where you can stop frame this later. And read these if you want to. This would be a good one to go over and help me with my hours, because you could actually sit and pause frame it and go and go and go. And thank you, Liberty Line. Thank you. What we got here? Gene Porter. Topped out at 5 foot, and her films were all wholesome bee fairs. Oh, ballerina shoes. These are definitely an old 1939 New Year's Day. Home films. Now, I could actually myself sit back in here and watch this stuff all day. But I'm not going to sit here with y'all and do that. Oh, she was a pretty lady from back then. I don't know who she is. I guess it's Jean Porter. Yeah, they're all Jean Porter, I guess. There's when she was very young. Looks like she was already, doesn't show the shoes, but it looks like she was already doing ballerina stuff. It's very, very dark in this room, guys. I guess it's like for a movie theater stuff. Hello, Wayne. Good to see you. All right, Heritage Museum pioneers who helped settle Howard County. Well, we ain't going over that whole list. Wow, that's huge. All right. Yeah, it would probably be better if y'all ever come out this way, though, to actually stop in here and check out the Heritage Museum. Man, I understand, Wayne. I understand. I can tell you how you can get here real easy, but we're gonna have to find you a ride with us from there. Would be go to your local truck stop and tell them you're trying to catch up with the convoy, looking for somebody going westbound. They'll bring you out here. Truck drivers are good people. Most of them are willing to help, especially when you're fighting for a cause like this. Bunches and bunches of arrowheads and axe heads, and I like that war club. That's cool. I don't know if they were using that back there for a boat anchor. I don't know what else they would have used that for. Yeah, that's something I'd love to do too. I'd love to go out here by the river and all that and try to find either some fossils like this here or some arrowheads or any of that stuff. Well, I didn't know they made arrowheads as tiny as those right there. Those are really small. I did not know they made them that small. Besides the fact, half the arrowheads I've ever had were fake. That's old grinding rock. I think that cow there's had its better days. I missed something. Looks like y'all got my phone number going on the. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yes, I can verify that 2904 is correct. The last four numbers that is correct. Mammoth tooth, found by Fitzgerald's son in Colorado. Kill sites have been located in the area of the big spring where points of spears have been found, and mammoth remains. On the left is a petrified mammoth tusk. Well, y'all, I think we have made it all the way around here. Hi, folks. Y'all must work here, huh?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Awesome. You've got a beautiful place. I love all this stuff. You've got pictures down there that if I was a thief, they'd be gone on my walls because they're gorgeous. That C.W. Cole, I think it is, Taylor, made some of those. Wow, they're beautiful. He was a good artist. But yeah, I always wanted stuff like that on my walls, not the cheap, chintzy stuff you find nowadays. I told him, I said, if I was a millionaire, I'd give 500,000 for one of those before I'd give one for Hunter Biden for his finger paintings.
Yes, we're in the process of taking down the Frontier Kitchen, and we're going to turn this area into the saloon.
Oh, awesome.
So
well, do you have any of the whiskey left? Because I could use a drink.
No, that's been the problem. We don't have a whole lot of saloon stuff. We're kind of struggling to figure out
what we're all going to put all in here.
Right. Well, I'm sure if you put the word out there, some people around here's got some old bottles and stuff they can gather up for you. I'm sure. I just had a guy on another feed I was talking to a while ago that he bought a house down in Louisiana, and one of his side panels on the house started falling off, and he decided finally he was going to go out there and repair it. He pulled it off, and underneath it was back in the Prohibition days, there was a bunch of whiskey bottles hid underneath there, still full of whiskey. So he started turning all the way around the house. Out the whole underneath of his house was full of whiskey from back in Prohibition days.
Wow!
I thought, wow. I asked it, did you drink any? He said, yeah, and it was actually still good. Hey, well, they have wines and stuff that have been bottled since the 1800s, so I don't see why, whiskey wouldn't hold up.
And I know we're fixing to do a raffle for some whiskey and some tequila.
Yeah.
And one of the bottles,
$1,000 bottle of Happy Van Winkle.
is 20-year.
Wow.
20-year reserve.
Where are they doing that at? I want to get
in. in June in our
we got our Legends and
Legacies. It's our we celebrate every year our Legends and Legacies, and we induct members into our Cowboy and Calvary Hall thing.
I got you. That's cool. Yeah, I'm from Missouri, so I'm probably not going to be here for that.
Right,
but
right.
I wouldn't mind coming back out here. I've got a good friend who lives right across the line over there in New Mexico, David Yellowhorse on the Navajo Nation. I can come out and visit him for a while and stop by and pick up my willage.
There you go.
Well, you ladies have a great day. Be careful with that heavy stuff. All right, folks. Well, let's take a walk back outside. Okay, Denise. Okay, sounds good. I don't know if President Bush lives in Midland, Texas or not. I don't keep track of none of them. I probably should, but I don't. But I'm going to carry you back down here with me, and then we will end the live stream because I actually think I'm going to buy a couple of these things over here in that sale area, just as souvenirs for myself. So we are back. Sounds like a good crew leaving here right now. And yeah, they've got quite a bunch coming in. That's good. Hey, we got it nice. Nobody was in here, and now there's a whole bunch coming in. But I hope you all had a great tour. This was really exciting for me. And I look forward to finding something else to show y'all today. Uh, I'll get back on Google and see what I can find, and we'll go have some more fun. All right. So God bless. Love y'all. Take care, and we'll see you soon.